Oof, it's been a long time since we have not did some horror animations. Let's go ahead and react to Llama Arts. See what. Okay, so we're looking at the beginnings of Llama Arts, or how you started this schedule. Alright, let's see.
I was on tour trying to find some really deep websites.
Okay.
I was in a chat room where people normally shared links to deeper websites and weird pictures and videos, commonly illegal pornography. Some guy named Vintage XXX posted a link without describing what it was. I clicked on it and it took me to a black screen where a big video box eventually popped up with a play button. The video thumbnail was a dark room only lit by a TV screen. Out of curiosity, I clicked play and began to hear the sound of TV static in the background as lines of static slowly swam down the video screen. There was no seek bar on this video. Then I noticed something slowly begin to emerge from behind the wall.
Flashing lights.
It was a figure dressed in all black with some kind of black mask on as well. I started to suspect it was a jump scare video, and I thought I was right when the figure leaped out and ran to the screen in less than a second. It still got me, even though I was expecting it, but then it got strange. The person had their face in front of the screen, slowly moving around as if he could see me and was observing me. Then I heard a crackly, demonic voice say something. It came from the video.
What?
It repeated itself, and I could make the phrase out to be, "Ask me something." I was really confused. I tried typing something, but there was nowhere to enter text. Then he said,
"What?"
"No, not the keyboard. Say something." I felt my heart punch the inside of my chest as he said this. I opened my mouth and mumbled the words, "You can hear me?" It responded with,
Yes.
I was uncomfortable now. I thought it was a video. I pressed pause, but it didn't do anything. He said, "Don't try to leave. I want to talk."
How can you detect your
I
own
tried to
move?
the exit button, but the mouse was frozen.
Oh.
In fact, none of the keys were responding on my keyboard. There was a long moment of silence before my webcam began flashing as if it were on, and my face popped up on the screen.
Oh.
There, I got a picture of you now. Now just hang on while I get your address, and then we can meet.
No.
I started to panic, smashing every key on the keyboard, spazzing the mouse, but it did nothing. I had my finger on the power button, but it also didn't do anything.
He's at your computer.
The voice was saying crazy things like, "You're stuck here. I will find you. Don't even bother." I snatched the screwdriver sitting on my desk, unscrewed the 4 screws on the bottom of my laptop, and took out the battery. The computer finally turned off. I was gasping for air as if I just ran a marathon. My heart was pounding 5 times as fast as it should have.
Definitely was not a video.
I have since left my laptop off after
It was
that,
a trick.
and have resorted to using my desktop as my main computer. I'm sure by now nothing will happen. He definitely didn't have enough time to get my address.
There he is. He got your address. Well, and that was it. Time to move on to the next one. So this next one is called True Home Series Episode 2 Animated.
This story is from the point of view of a 16-year-old girl.
Okay.
I used to have a boy living next door to me that was obsessed with me. His name was Joey. Every time I would go outside, Joey would come outside as well, as if he were watching me through his windows, waiting for me.
Oh, creepy.
He was 17 and very weird, and he didn't seem to have any friends, as he was always home. I tried to give every sign possible that I didn't like this guy, but he wouldn't get the message. So I had to finally...
He's like, hi.
He didn't through his window.
Hold up, how old is she?
This story is from the point of view of a 16-year-old girl.
16? 16, he is almost...
He was 17 and very weird.
They're almost the same age.
As he was always home. I tried to give every sign possible that I didn't like this guy.
This looks like an anime. The animation looks like an anime.
Just tell him one day that I don't like him and to leave me alone.
Yeah, that's
The look on
creepy.
his face that day is something that won't leave me. It was the kind of angry look a toddler gives their parents when they can't have a toy.
Creepy.
Coming from a 17-year-old, that's much more disturbing. One night, my parents left me to watch the house.
What is that?
Disturbing. One night,
These lens look like the TV is like
my
corrupt.
parents left me to watch the house.
Okay.
I was working on a school project when I felt my bed shift a little bit.
Huh? How could the bed move? Hold up. That's probably him. I don't know if they entered the bed. Hold up. I don't know if they entered the bed.
I was working on a school project when I felt my bed shift a little bit. I looked under my bed.
Oh no!
I screamed as I saw Joey laying under my bed. I ran away while he tried to crawl out from under my bed.
Oh, that's creepy.
I ran to his house and rang the bell at least 10 times, telling his parents about it when they opened the door. Joey never came out of my house, so I called the police. His parents begged me not to, but I ignored them.
The dad was like, hey, don't do that. Don't go to the police with my own son.
10 times, telling his parents about it, still in my room and arrested him. Apparently, he admitted this wasn't the first time he had hid under my bed. He
Why?
also found pictures of me scattered across his room. The most disturbing one was of me sleeping, and it was
Stop.
taken from inside my room.
What? What? Okay, that was creepy. Alright, so this one is called Babysitting Stories Animated.
Stream. I was getting paid $250 to watch some couple's kid while they went away for the weekend. His name was Matthew. This took place on the first night, which was a Friday night. Matthew was already supposedly asleep.
Matthew? Did you call him Matthew? Called Matthew?
Matthew was already supposedly asleep while I was in the living room watching a movie. I got a knock at the door and looked at the clock. It was close to midnight. There was no way I was opening it. And looked at the clock.
This house is in the middle of the snow.
There was no way I was opening it. Not even 10 seconds later,
What?
I saw 2 or 3 men angrily banging on the door, telling me to open up. I felt like my heart was about to stop.
Okay, that was real.
I took a peek through the blinds, and there was somebody standing right on the other side of the window.
Oh! Oh my god! Oh! Whoa! That face looks creepy. That looks creepy as well. Oh no!
In fear, and I managed to get back on my feet. I ran to the kitchen phone first thing to call the police. They said because of the weather, it could take a while for an officer to get here. I was told to take the child and hide somewhere until an officer arrived. They wanted to keep me on the line, but I wasn't thinking clearly in the heat of the moment and hung up. However, it wasn't until I ran through the living room that I realized the banging had stopped.
Oh.
I took a second peek through the living room window. Nobody was there now.
Okay.
I heard the sound of glass shattering from a few rooms over.
Uh-oh.
I started to feel weak as I realized they had just broken the window and were about to come into the house.
Oh yeah.
I had to run and get Matthew. I couldn't just leave without him.
Yeah, you must at least get your money paid.
There was no time left to run back downstairs.
Yeah, what do you think, you idiot?
Some laughter coming from downstairs.
Go! I'm in the
mouth with my hand as I ran with him into his toy closet.
Wait, was there a window?
As I already heard footsteps.
I think there was no window.
Coming from downstairs.
No.
I covered.
There's definitely a window. I'm jumping out the window with Matthew and
a few minutes dragged on what felt like.
I'm jumping out the window with Matthew and then I'm running.
I covered Matthew.
Otherwise there might be some traps there.
As I ran with him into his toy closet. A few minutes dragged on to what felt like half an hour as we sat there in the dark closet. Matthew began to squeal as footsteps on the carpet reached out of his bedroom door. There was more than one person. They came inside.
Hold up.
There weren't many places to hide in this room.
Oh no, we're dead.
Reflecting on my whole life, so sure I was gonna die. We heard the sound of a police siren outside.
No, we survived.
In the closet, and then I heard one of the men in the room mutter, "Oh shit." I opened
Yeah,
the
you're
door
dead.
back up as I heard at least 3 pairs of footsteps hurriedly rushing down the stairs. They didn't get far, as the police later found their footprints in the
Jesus,
backyard. There were 5 men in total.
Oh, that's
They were all
creepy.
arrested.
Okay, that man. Okay, that man. He kinda style. Okay, that first one was that first jump scare. He was so creepy. No, that was so creepy. Alright, so this one is okay. This one is Sleepover Stories Animated.
This happened when I was 15 years old. My best friend Anthony wanted me to come over for the night, since his parents would be gone all weekend. I rode my bike over and put it in his backyard before letting myself in through his back door. We played basically every video game from FIFA all the way to Call of Duty, with popcorn and other junk food spilled out all over the floor.
Yeah.
As the night progressed, we moved from video games to watching
wasted
TV and getting bored to doing prank calls at close to 10 o'clock.
Prank calls.
Anthony made a few calls to different pizza places. When it was my turn, I just dialed a few random numbers in hopes to get someone at their house. On, say, my 4th attempt, I finally reached somebody. A guy with a deep and rough voice picked up, answering with a yeah instead of a hello. Anthony was laughing in the background and made me stumble with my words mid-sentence, ultimately cracking up into laughter. I had never done a prank call, so I sucked at it. The guy on the other end was silent. I regained a straight face and tried to continue with the call. It went something like this.
What?
Sir, would it be alright if I borrowed one of the wheels from your car?
Yeah.
What's your name, kid?
What's your name? Why would you tell me your name? That's supposed to be private.
Name, kid?
You should have made Bob. Bob, is it his name? Is his name Bob? I think it's another name.
My name is Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
Really? You sure it's not Anthony?
No, I ruined it.
Chaos and destruction. Azeroth must be protected.
We are in this together.
I ruined it. No, come on. Why do you have to ruin? Why do you have to ruin something? Why?
Website right now.
Blah blah blah. I don't have a website. Oh yeah.
It hit me like a brick. I looked up at Anthony, whose face was noticeably full of fear. I hung up the phone, not wanting to be on the line with whoever that was for another second. Anthony, who the hell was that? I asked him. I don't know, he told me. Does your caller ID info display your name or something? No, it shows my dad's name. We hopped on the computer and did some research, trying to figure out how it was possible to get someone's name through their phone number. It didn't make sense how he could get Anthony's name so quickly. He was way too young at the time to be on any of those personal information sharing websites.
Young?
We ended up asking a question on Yahoo Answers, since no one had a similar experience. The question turned up no answers. I suggested he call his dad, but he said he wasn't supposed to have anybody over for the weekend, so he didn't want to call. We planned
Okay, the end is starting to get creepy.
We just resumed watching the movie that we hadn't finished from earlier. Right after the phone call had left my mind, me and Anthony looked at each other when we heard his front storm door opening, and then the doorknob to the front door began to turn.
What?
It only was able to turn about halfway before the lock restricted it. Anthony turned off the TV, and I went over to the window to see who it was.
Oh no, you're
I
dead.
spread the blinds open.
That's probably the same after the phone call. Okay. Okay, here's a vent over there. Okay. But they live near the trees.